Hi guys, we're gonna quickly graph some equations. So this is in slope-intercept form. This is the easiest way to graph is when it's in slope-intercept form. Why? Because they call it slope-intercept form for a reason. What's your slope? The coefficient of x. That is your slope. M equals. What's your y-intercept? This other number here. And that's all you need to graph. So y-intercept is 1. So what does y-intercept mean? That's where it intercepts the y-axis. We're going to go to positive 1. The slope, what is the slope? The slope is change in y over change in x. So how much does my y change over how much my x changes? Or rise over run, which is how we like to remember it. So how much does my x change? Negative 3. 1, 2, 3. How much does, sorry, that's my y. How much does my y change? Negative 3. How much does my x change? Positive 2. So 1, 2, 3, and a positive 2, 1, 2. I can do that as many times as I need. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. You can even go the other way. Negative 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. You can see how that's on the same line. And then you can connect the line. I'm going to do my best with this. Excuse my bad line here on this pen that I draw on the computer with. So nice and easy. Find the slope, find the y-intercept, plug in the y-intercept, and count out the slope from there. Let's try the next one. Well, y equals 2x minus 5. What's the slope? The slope is 2. What's the y-intercept? Be careful with that. We say b, of course, right? Because y equals mx plus b. So y-intercept is b. Be careful, you need the sign. This is negative 5. It's easy to say that it's 5 because I see a 5 there, but this is a negative 5. Negative 5. So let's go to where it intercepts the y. And then rise over run, right? So change in y over change in x. But I only see one number here. What do I have to do for that? Well, we know all integers, all whole numbers, all integers can be written over 1. Because anything divided by itself is just 1. So this is 2 over 1. So I can count up 2 and over 1. How much do I rise? 2. How much do I run? 1. 2 over 1. So you can do that as many times as you need to. You can even go the other way, down 2 and over 1 the other way. And then connect it, put an arrow because lines go on for forever. Slope-intercept form is a nice and easy way to graph something because it gives you all the information you need, the slope and the y-intercept. Here's something a little different because they give it to you in standard form instead of slope-intercept form. So don't look at standard form and say, oh, well, the coefficient of x is 8, so my slope must be 8, and my y-intercept must be 12, right? Wrong. This is not y equals mx plus b. The only time you can do that is if y equals mx plus b. But that is not here. We know in standard form, ax plus by equals c. So this is different than this. I can turn this into this, though. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's turn this standard form equation into y equals mx plus b. Well, how do I do that? I have to use a little bit of algebra. So I need to solve for y because y equals mx plus b. It'll look like this at the end if I solve for y because this is line 2. So how do I solve for y? Well, I'm going to cover this up and start from the outside and say what's happening to this. Well, I'm adding 8x, so I'm going to subtract 8x from both sides. Y equals, can I combine 12 and 8x? No, because they're not like terms. This is 8x, this is a 12, so I'm just going to write 12 minus 8x. What's happening to y? It's being multiplied by 4, so I'm going to divide by 4. Make sure you divide by 4 on the entire side over here. So 4 divided by 4 is 1y. 12 divided by 4, 3. 8x divided by 4, 2x. And I have y equals 3 minus 2x. Now this is a little switched. These are switched, but still the same thing. M is the coefficient of x. Do not forget that it's negative here. The sign, -2. And this would be a positive 3 for b. So again, I can hop right on over here. Now that it's in slope-intercept form, nice and easy. 3, and I have a slope of -2. So rise of -2 and a run of 1. Because remember, this is over 1. Rise of -2 over 1. And connect your dots, hopefully better than I'm doing. Add an arrow, and you're good. So if you see it in standard form, just do a little bit of manipulation to put it into slope-intercept form so that you can find the slope and the y-intercept, and you're good to go.